I also played Gohan and Android 18 in the recent Dragon Ball Z Kai. I play Yuko in Holic. If you've seen Shin-Chan, I play Maso, and I also play the little baby infant. And the list goes on, and I don't have time for that, so let's not do it. Look at your programs. So I'm ready to answer any questions you have, except for how much money I make, which I've been asked 3 times today, and I think is hilarious. But other than that, I'm all yours. So, does anybody have any questions? Anybody? You just want me to talk? Yeah. Oh, it's hard to hear. Maybe you might need to come down and talk into the, yeah.
What's your favourite colour?
What's my favourite colour? That's a great question. My favourite colour is actually orange. Nobody's favorite color is orange, I know, but I really like autumn, so anything that looks like a pumpkin. Come on down. Anybody can line up. Actually, let's do it that way. You can just line up that direction. And then you got a question.
What was your favourite animated voice?
My favourite animated voice to do? My favourite anime or my favourite voice? Both? Okay. My favourite voice to do is probably Monkey D. Luffy in One Piece, although he hurts like the devil. I mean, he just hurts, he tears me to shreds, but he's so funny. So I would say that that's my favourite voice to do, and I was really, really happy when he came back. And we've got this new season coming out, which I don't know if you know about, but the new season's coming out. Very happy about it. But I think my favourite anime overall is Full Metal Alchemist, just because it's so beautiful and it's so well done in Japanese, and we were just really proud to be a part of it at all. So,
can you do the voice of Yoko?
I do the voice of Yoko. You want me to do it? What do you want me to say? Do you know?
The thing about how
Oh, of Yuko. Oh, I thought you said Gohan. Sorry. You want Yuko? How do you count Mokana? Count 1 Mokana, 2 Mokana, and then you stop because there's only 2.
How did you get into the voice acting industry?
I kind of lucked into voice acting, actually. A lot of people put in a lot of hard work and really tried to get auditions. My best friend is Laura Bailey, who played Lust in Full Metal Alchemist, and yeah, Kid Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. So she actually got me in the door. She brought me up to listen to her record, which is actually her sly way of trying to get me an audition. And that actually got me an audition with Chris Bevins, which got me an audition for Rachel in Case Closed, which got me the part for Claire in Kitty Grade. So that's how that all kind of happened. And then by the time we were at episode 16 of Kitty Grade, I was directing that series. And the second series I directed was Full Metal Alchemist. So it all just kind of happened really, really quickly for me. It was very lucky. I got in at the right time. Right now at Funimation, the stable of actors is huge. And when I came in, I was one of, just 20 actresses that was rotating. And now it's more like 400. So I was lucky.
What is the audition process? Like, I know with acting, it's a really long audition process to get a part. So.
Right. That's a good question. The audition process is a little bit different if you've already auditioned for Funimation and worked with Funimation before than it is for people who are just fresh and coming in. If you've never auditioned for Funimation before, you can get on a list that's called a general audition list, and you just sign up with our talent coordinator, Tara Williams. And then they'll cycle through those and call people in anytime we have space for general auditioners. But that happens somewhat rarely, so sometimes you can be on that list. I mean, I've seen 2-year-long lists, but lately it's been more like 2 months. So that happens. But when you actually come in for the audition, it's the same for everybody. And that's, there's a binder at the door in the waiting room, which has a description of the show that you'll be auditioning for and some pictures from it. And then you flip through it, and it has all of the male characters. There'll be a picture of the male character, and then a bunch of lines from that character. And then the next character, a bunch of lines from that character. And then at the end of the book, you have a female characters, and a bunch of lines from them. And then you get to read it for a good, 10 or 15 minutes, and then they call you back. And the director puts you in the booth, just like you would need to record, except you don't have video. You don't have any cartoon to watch as you're doing it. You just say the line and hope that that's right around the voice they're looking for. And you can sometimes know what you're auditioning for ahead of time and do some research, but for the most part it's just guesswork. And the director will tell you if they want it a little lower or a little younger or a little more nasal or whatever, then they'll direct you to the voice they want you to do. Yeah?
What was your least favorite voice?
Luckily I've answered that question before, so as long as I stick to that one, I won't insult any more directors. Ragnarok was a show that we did that was based off of a video game, and Tyler Walker directed it, and he cast me as Zealotus the Goat Demon, right at the same time that I was cast as Luffy. So I was doing this really hard boy voice that I was super excited about, and then on the same days that I was doing that, I had to go in and do a voice like this. And I hated her, because she was ruining my voice for Luffy. I was so mad at her.
Have you attempted to portray any Japanese voices?
Sorry, what was I meant to say?
Have you attempted to portray any Japanese voices? Like copy any Japanese words?
Oh, do I try to be close to the Japanese voice?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see. You kind of trust your director, honestly. So if I come in and they really do want an exact match of the Japanese voice, then sometimes they'll play it for you so you get a little bit of snippet of what you're supposed to be sounding like. But a lot of times they have in mind the voice that they want, and they guide you to where they want. So you just trust whatever it is they want, you know? There are shows like One Piece where they wanted voices to be fairly close to the originals, and so they had to get permission, basically. He sent in his top choices to the Japanese producers, and they got approval rights. And so we had to go through that approval process, and that's why actually Luffy's a lot gruffer than my normal boy voice, because they wanted him gruffer. So we were like, okay.
Did you enjoy making Formidable Fantasy with Vikmanyana?
Say it one more time, sorry.
Did you enjoy making Formidable Fantasy with Vikmanyana?
Oh, I didn't actually, I wasn't a part of Fullmetal Fantasy. Sorry. Oh, really? Are we out? Nobody? Come on. Anybody? I love this, by the way. You want to stand up? You want to come up here? You don't want to come up here? Come on. Just do a little twirl. It's pretty awesome. You've probably already seen it. How awesome is this? What's your name? Fern? That's a great name too! Oh, I want to pack you up and take you home in my carry-on. You're great. This is fantastic. Oh, thank you. Anybody have any questions at all for me? Yeah, actually, she asked if we've been traveling a lot. This is the 2-day convention for me, but we turned it into our honeymoon. My fiance and I did. So I've been here since June 15th or 17th, and we did the whole North Island, and then drove down to Queenstown and Tiano, and did Lake Tekapo, and yeah. So we've done a lot, and this is my second time here. So I knew kind of what I wanted to see. I hadn't seen any of the North Island before. It's very different. The North and South Islands are so different. It's green. It's green, yeah. Mana Mana is so beautiful and hilly. We did Alberton. I know it's touristy, but it was awesome.